Good day and welcome to my whistle-stop tour of juicy and delightful applications and technologies with which you can add interactivity to your classrooms. So, I'm beginning with Socrative, simple and elegant. If you go to Socrative.com, you can easily set yourself up an account. I will first show you it in glorious action. So, I have some quizzes set up on here. Choose the quiz. Next, we have a few options, instant feedback, whether you want the answers to be immediately given. No, I don't want that. Open navigation, and then whether or not the users will be anonymous. So we'll start. So what happens is, on Teacher View, you now get this, so you can see the results of the questions coming in. With Socrative, your users do not need an account. All they need is your classroom number. Now, that in Socrative, that classroom number stays the same whatever you do. So whatever sessions you run in will be in there. So you get your students to go to Socrative.com, or there are apps if you've got tablets. So a teacher and a student version. You can just use browsers on anything that'll do internet. So if we go to student login, okay, they don't actually need a login, they just need this number here, 90494. And you see how I've cleverly resized this window so it's like a tablet or an app for your viewing imagination. We join the room, it will ask for your name, so that we should see. So here, Teacher View, Joe Cracknuts is there, lined up and ready, and as our users join, they'll all be there. And it's just a case of Joe going through the answers. And you can add images. And also there are, as well as true and false, there are, and multiple choice, there are short text answers, so we can do a short essay answer. And then finish when ready. And as you see, it's coming, it's rolling in on the student view. So your student says yes, then this is your result. So your student view is just waiting for the next activity. Tutor's got the results and can finish the quiz. When you finish the quiz, you get the opportunity to download the reports for your records. So this can be emailed. Let's have a chart, let's go crazy. Oh, that is the chart, yeah, do apologise. So, yeah, if we get reports, we can download as a CSV, so you can open this in Excel and have records of it. As I will now gloriously demonstrate. And this kind of pattern of operating is the way that all the things I'll show you work. So you see, it gives you your date, the quiz, questions are all laid out, and users there and their answer for each one. So you've got a handy record of their activities. The quizzes themselves are really easy to create. Just go to Add Quiz, Create New, and it's just a form filling exercise really. You pick the type you want. So we'll have multiple choice. Question goes in there. Answers go in here. All you have to do is remember to check the one that's the correct answer. Add more as you like. Save and exit, and you've got a quiz. Right, next on our glorious journey of discovery, we're going to have a look at Kahoot. So Kahoot works in a very similar way to Socrative. Leave this page. but it's a little bit more lively, a little more sort of classroom rowdy based. It's kind of like a game show app thing for your classroom. Let us log in. So again, I'll just quick demo. So if I go to my Kahoots, we will have a quiz on the world of anchovies. So all you do, you've got it set up, you press play, and that sends it out. It's different to Socrative in that, as you'll see, oh, hang on, I'm jumping the gun a bit. So you can do team modes with this if you haven't got enough devices. This works on phones, tablets, PCs, anything that'll do internet. If everybody's got their own phone, great, you can play the classic one. There are game options, sort of randomised questions, immediate answers, that kind of thing. But let's just plunge in. So we'll go for classic. Right. This is the prompt bit where everybody gets the phone out. Then what you do, instead of a set room number like Socrative, you get a session number. So this is the one that your student, who I will now cleverly emulate with my funny little screen, they go to kahoot.it is the quickest one because it takes you straight to here. So we put this game pin in, enter, and as you saw with Socrative, we give a nickname, and then you should see from your teacher view, your students are listed here. You'll see this naughty nickname security prompt, so if anyone puts any rude words in, it gives them names like accountant, which is nice. So they're in. Right, so this is Kahoot student paste, so it starts when you're ready, you click start, and then we get this, are you ready? Quiz show stuff. As you can see, you put images in the background. What is an anchovy? So this will be displayed on a big screen in your room. You get fancy music, which again can be turned off. On your student view, the tablets and phones will have just a sort of question answer thing. Who wants to be a millionaire? ABC option, if you will. So if we want option A, we click red. And then after the options are gone, the time's gone I should say, we get the results in here, which appear on the screen. And everybody gets all frothed up into a competitive delight of education. Again, it's teacher paced, so you can check the scores in between, get everyone into a lather, and then move on to the next question. You can add pictures, you can add video, and again, student gets these coloured tiles to answer with every time. So again, we get little updates on this. There's only fish face playing, so there's not much competition at the moment. And so on and so forth. I'm going to skip this to prove to you that, there you go, video one, so you can embed YouTube videos. And who wouldn't want to look at videos of shoaling anchovies? So again, the student watches that on the big screen, answers the question. So it's a bit more lively, this one, as I say. And again, get results, and it's a similar, I won't take you through it, it's a similar sort of thing to Socrative. You download a CSV file, you've got an Excel spreadsheet with everybody's results on it. So we can close that when you're done, and again, it's really easy to make them. We just click New Kahoot, and it's the form filling exercise, very similar to how Socrative works. Again, you can add images and videos, and basically just fill out forms until you're done. Next is the glorious world of Nearpod. Again, I'll show you it. Just a word of caution about Nearpod in advance. A lot of the features on it are now sort of paid for things. So some of the things I originally started using on it, you now have to upgrade. So I'm going to concentrate on the free bits because I ain't no salesman. And there are other apps you can do things with. Other apps are available. So again, let's have an anchovy themed quiz. Student paste is like the homework version. Again, that's a paid thing. So with Nearpod, it's classroom sessions, so your tutor would be present, and basically it's a way of taking you through a presentation at the tutor's pace with a few different activities. Why not? Let's have a look. So if I click live lesson, again we've got a code. Nearpod uses session codes rather than room codes like Socrative. And if I just pop to our, again, students don't need accounts. They go to nearpod.com, they enter this code, they click go. You can share this by email or by links, but if you're not using the homework version, really just be using the code. Again, we need a name. Okay. So Cassius is now in the classroom. He's the only one. It's just secretly it's me. So when you're ready, I'll try and leave these both open so we can see what's happening. Hang on, let me just do a bit of highly technological browser management. Yeah, there we go. Okay, look at that. Right. So when I move my slide, seamlessly, the student sees the other end of it. Here is the quiz. So I'm waiting for the answers to come in. The student sees this bit. Everyone knows that. I don't know what goes best with anchovies. Olives, yep. So we submit that. Oh, I do, definitely. And then we'll see on the tutor view that answers come through. So we can move to the next one. Again, this is a short text version of the answer. I can only do one thing at once, so my answer is not going to be rich. Can't even type straight. There you go. I do want to submit this answer, and that comes through to the teacher. Next thing, we can do interactive stuff like drag and drop. So the correct answer is here on the teacher side, and students just drag these in. Ooh, hang on. And that's the quiz done. Now that part of the quiz, I should say. We can also do interactive drawings. So our mission is to draw a dorsal fin on this anchovy. So we've got some nice little drawing tools. That's to indicate. As we all know, this is the dorsal fin. Submit that. Again, tutor gets that through. Eventually, it takes a bit longer to load. I won't wait for it. And there's memory tests if anyone uses this kind of thing. When you are finished, again, you can get reports. Again, it's spreadsheet based, and we can end the session. Again, like the other apps, it's very easy to create new stuff. We just click new lesson, and unfortunately the paid for stuff is all mixed in, so often you click on something and then realise you can't have it. But your activities are all good. So polls, quizzes, the actual interactive stuff that we're looking at, so these are all good. And oh, I should mention actually, if you have sort of more standard PowerPoint style content, so if you've got PowerPoint presentations, information on PDF or even images, you can just drag them on. Let's demonstrate this. So if I just drag this PowerPoint in, Nearpod will have a think about it, and there you go, it uploads your PowerPoint. So if I show this, I'll just preview it because it's still uploading. There we go. So this is what you can show to your students. So you could drag up your old PowerPoint, add a quiz on the end, and then you've got instant interactivity. As I say, it's really classroom based. The homework options, some of the features like YouTube videos are only for the paid version, so be wary of this. Padlet is something a little bit different. It's kind of, think of it as an online corkboard which you can give access to a group or public access to add material, comments, videos, upload documents. So it could be used for collaborative exercises, feedback forms. I don't know, there are many uses. So I've got, and it looks quite nice. You can set up a nice background, icons. You can set different access rights. People can access it via QR codes, email invitation, or you can just customize a URL, which is what I've done here. So if this was my Padlet, my student goes on, I'll use my magic window again. I've set it so that this is public access and they can just go to this URL and they're straight there on the board. So I'm going to add a post on the board, so I just need to double click anywhere on there. And my favourite sea creature is an anchovy, a shoal of anchovy actually. They don't look quite right on their own. And I'm going to do it by YouTube link, so I'll just copy a video in. Save that. So there we go, there's the video, and hopefully this will appear on the main board. As you can see, lots of other people have added to it. Let's just refresh it, that might help. And there you go, you can see that that's now present on the board. We can play it in thumbnail or expand it to full screen. So once you've got content on here, if you're a moderator, you can drag it around, delete. You can set Padlet so to ask for moderation before any posts go public. So it's just slightly different to the others, a bit more interesting. You have to think a bit of how best you might use that. Plickers. Plickers is a kind of classroom-based quiz app where your students can use card-based responses rather than having devices. So basically they have quiz cards which I'll show you, and depending on the way they hold those up, they represent an A, B, C, D answer. So there's a little bit of prep to do with Plickers. So first you'll need to add your class, so you can import your student names, and this will result in a set of cards with these kind of patterns on. So you can print up to 30 of these in one set with your student names on, just by adding your class, like so. And then like the other, so you'll need to print those out, and it's generally best, due to wear and tear, to possibly laminate these if you can. So you'll see that each student has a numbered card and each one's individual. So your class is set up, and much like the other things I've showed you, you set up a quiz, fill out forms as with Socrative and Nearpod and such like. So this is the sort of teacher view that you would have set up. Also with Plickers you need to have your device ready, so a phone or a tablet with the Plickers app installed. And at this point you would be running it on perhaps your desktop machine and also on the app. So when we switch to live view, this now is waiting for your device with the app to log in and connect, so the two work in tandem. So this is the way I've logged into the app. This is my working space. I've got a library of questions here, so you can just stack those up to send, or create new ones. And now I've sent one to the class here. So on the live view in the classroom there, they can see this question. So when I've seen that, I switch to camera mode, and then it's a case of just scanning around the classroom. I had an absence of children here, so you'll just have to imagine their aspiring faces. But you'll see as it picks them up, it tags them, and it counts all the results. So we've got a little bar chart there. I haven't got the full 30 in the class. Then we can switch back and see the results. So we've got the percentage of answers, and then we can just pop back to our library to send more questions as required. So you can see on your teacher view here that the results have come in next to the student names. You can also view this as a graph, if visuals take your fancy. If we click reports, you can view the results of the quiz. If we do it as a score sheet, this archives, so you can go back to it, you don't have to do it immediately. So if I just click there, we'll see you get a sort of CSV ready list with every student and what answer they give, and you can export that, as I say, to a spreadsheet results page in much the same way as the other programs I've showed today. So Plickers is just a good way of having that sort of class interactivity without necessarily having to have everybody with a device.